This is the Brandrex Cat6Plus shielded patch panel, 24 port, complete with cable management at the rear. Remove the cover plate to expose the termination blocks. To maintain the integrity of the shield within the cabling system, we need to ground the shields of the cable to these grounding clamps. The IDC blocks are LSA and require the LSA head to be used in the punch-down tool. This is a rotation cutter for the removal of cable sheaths. These are fine wire cutters for trimming any surplus cable ends. Before commencing the termination process, decide how the cables are to be dressed into the cabinet, either 12 per side or 24 from one side. Use a circular type cutter to strip the cable. Ensure the tool is at a minimum cut setting and trim off approximately 50 mm of the outer sheath. The patch panel is suitable for all shielded cable. This cable is a UFTP cable. Separate the wire pairs. Trim back the foil on the blue pair 25 mm from the sheath. Add 5 mm to the orange, to the green, and then to the brown. Trim the ripcord and remove the Milo wrap. Wrap the drain wire around all 4 pairs as seen here. Remove the earth clamps for as many cables that will be terminated. Select the appropriate wiring code T568A or T568B. Starting from right to left, line the cable up with the management bar and the leading edge of the IDC block. Slightly separating the pairs, begin with the white-blue pair. Punch down the individual wires with the correct terminating blade in the impact insertion tool. Ensure that the cutting edge is selected to the outer edge of the IDC to cut the waste cable and not the incoming cable. If the insertion blade has not completely severed the wires, then cut these adjacent to the termination block with a pair of fine wire cutters. Repeat this procedure for each cable to be terminated, ensuring that all wire offcuts are removed from the patch panel. And finally, the white-brown pair. Maintain the pair twists right up to the terminal block. It is preferable to add half a twist rather than remove half a twist when aligning the pairs with the termination blocks. This is an FFTP cable. FFTP cable. Foil, foil, twisted pair. Here you see the drain wire. Trim the ripcord. Snip the foil and remove. Trim back the foil on the blue pair 25 mm from the sheath. Add 5 mm to the orange, to the green, and then to the brown. Wrap the drain wire around the 4 pairs as seen here. Line up the cable as before and terminate the white-blue pair into the IDC block. To help keep the cable in place, you can now refit a grounding clamp. Continue to terminate the rest of the wire pairs, white-orange, white-green, and finally white-brown. This is an SFTP cable, a braided shield, foil and twisted pair. Draw back the braid and separate the wire pairs. Cut back the foil on each wire pair as before and proceed to wrap the braid around the foil pairs. Lay the cable into position and terminate as before. It is important to check that there are no electrical shorts. Here you can see that the foil was touching the adjacent IDC connection. Using a tie wrap, loosely attach the cable to the management bar and trim the excess. Repeat the process. Here is the completed patch panel. Refit the cover plate. Fit the patch panel into the cabinet and dress the cable bundles accordingly. Fit the earth bonding conductor between the common earth point within the cabinet and the patch panel earthing point. Relabel the cables accordingly. Computer-generated labels are preferred.